Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and Silencer Annual, the first ever annual. I hope there's another and another and a million more after that. This wasn't the greatest issue in the world, but it is exactly what I was hoping for. It's a story of Honor Guest's past. It's Silencer's past. So she doesn't go and face Batman right now. No, this is actually many moons ago. It also shows how she met her husband, which I think is really cool too. So the what is it? The predilection before the actual creation of Jelly Bean proper. So this issue is called Family Business. Jack Herbert is the artist, and Dan Abnett is writing. Hi-Fi does the colors. Tom Napolitano does letters. The cover is done by Tyler Kirkham and Arif Prianto. I liked this. I did really like this. This is basically telling of how Honor met her husband, her future husband, current husband, whatever, in Gotham City. Honor's first trip to Gotham City. A little bit more about Talia and her creation of Leviathan. There's a whole lot here. Some of the writing is kind of up in the air as to, you know, the believability. Like, Honor really seems like just in general a dumb person, but I guess that this could mostly just be chalked up to the idea that she's still really brainwashed. Now, I've never met someone who's been properly brainwashed, but I have met, when I used to teach martial arts, I used to do women's self-defense classes for about 18 months or so, various courses throughout, and wow, it was rough. It was rough. It's no laughing matter. It's just one of those situations where, wow. But I can say that I've met women who were indeed brainwashed by their husbands, just not, through torture techniques, just other ways. So I can get it how people make excuses for their actions, excuses for the actions of their loved ones, what they think is love. So I'm literally like, the only way that I can actually resolve this comic, this issue, and the way that Honor talks, even in some regards the way that Talia talks, is in their separation from their loved ones. Talia from her father, the demon proper, and Honor from Talia, whom she just killed 2 issues ago in the actual comic book. So yeah, literally, it's the only way I can actually rectify some of the spoken words here, and I'm okay with it. Literally, I just like the only thing that I could possibly ask for, if I could dare be so brazen, is if Dan Abnett, as he's writing this comic book in the future, consider only really exploring what brainwashing will do to a person, how they'll make any excuse. I think that would make this comic book better. And it would be a way to get Honor Guest, to get Silencer as being a more believable character, to see her not be so dumb, to see her finally, there's no victim blaming here. And she's definitely a victim of brainwashing, and Batman addresses that a lot. But to actually see her take ownership, there you go, to take ownership of her life and to recognize, yes, I was brainwashed. She brainwashed me. Ras Al Ghul brainwashed me before that. I don't have an identity proper. I'm finally making an identity for myself by marrying the first guy that I've ever really gotten the chance to sit down and hang out with and meet. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with her having a crisis of faith, crisis of whatever, you know what I'm saying? But her husband is a good guy, you know what I'm saying? So leaving, but coming back, just whatever, man. There's so much story here. If only this comic book would be taken just a little bit more, I don't want to say seriously, but whatever one single downgrade from seriously would be, all right? I feel like this comic book, not the devotion that's needed for this comic book is not really there, or at least it's not there yet. Okay, we finally got, sorry to say it, but we finally got Junior off of this comic book, not drawing the comic book anymore, Romero Jr., because he just didn't care enough about the book to actually draw it properly. So he's finally off the book. Yay, thank God, right? But man, there's just, guys, I'm fawning over this and I'm stumbling over my words because this is literally, this could be one of the best comic books that's ever been written. In my opinion, there's more story here than any I could possibly imagine. If I could jump on one single DC comic and just write for that comic book, this is the comic book that I would do that with. I would absolutely do that. And I would explore her background. I would explore what she's looking for in the future. Oh my God, I would just go crazy with this. And not everything would be about killer cyborgs, you know what I'm saying, and killbots and stuff like that. Although that's really cool, and I like that she's got her own bad guys, I also wouldn't make them quite so campy, because it's detracting from the story and the real grittiness of the story. You know what I'm saying? But I would get more into the underground aspect of Leviathan, as opposed to just, there's this latest guy with cybernetic enhancements that's really great. Where were these guys before Leviathan showed up, you know? So I'd be more on this comic book. I would really devote my time and attention to this comic book, man. This is such an amazing plot, such an amazing story. There's so much here. And dude, the art in this, like, just look at some of this art. Tell me that's not absolutely exquisite. Beautiful nothing. Look at the shading over here, all right? Look at the fine detail all throughout. I mean, just the attention to detail. Look at that. That scythe spins around and comes up to the bear in the foreground. I mean, like, this is absolutely gorgeous. The fight scenes in here are amazing. I don't think I could do any better on the fight scenes. I mean, this is beautiful. Damn, this is beautiful. There's just so much to explore with her background, and I really wish they would. I genuinely wish they would. You know what? Damn it. I don't really want to show this, but I want you to really see the use of color here. Look at the use of color. Everything's black and red. Okay, the white is obviously just nether space. Who cares about that? Everything's black except for the red, except for the blood. My God, that is beautiful. That is damn beautiful. This is a gorgeous book. I love this book. Look at the cover, man. Just look at that cover. Look at it. I said, look at it. Beautiful. And at the end, this is how she gets away. This is because she's got to get away from Batman, right? She's got to deal with what she's got to deal with, and then she's got to get away from Batman. And that's how she does. The way she does it is, I love it. Absolutely love it. There's so much good about this comic book, guys. And although I'm sitting here saying I would do it better, I'm sorry, is that Dan Abnett I'm looking at here? Yeah, you know how I would do it better? By making this like the only thing that I would pay attention to. This would be my focus. This is such an absolutely gorgeous comic book. Guys, please go out and buy this comic book. Physical copies. Physical copies, all right? Not to bash on the digital world. Physical copies. All right, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.